My name is David Jaffe. Welcome to the Wealth and Health Podcast, where you'll learn valuable skills and positive habits that will improve your life. This podcast originally aired as a video on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/beststockstrategy. The Wealth and Health Podcast is brought to you by beststockstrategy.com. All right, let's check out $50 into these stocks will become $1,000 by Chris Sain.
One you don't want to miss if you're ready to make some.
Chris thinks that every single opportunity and every single thing that he recommends is a life-changing event, even though when the market fell around 20 or 30% earlier this year, I never heard him say that any of his recommendations were life-destroying events. I guess with him, maybe he's super lucky and it only goes one way and all he does is win, win, win.
Money, let me know down in the comments below. 10K, this could be 20K, this could be 1,000. It's all out for you. That's a bull flag, okay? Bull flag equals up move, okay? We got one right there. You saw what happened next, boom. But guess what? We got one here coming. And Coach likes to tell you about things before they happen. That's how you help the most people. That's how you change lives. Telling and showing people things on the front end. So with me, that's the one thing that I think if I don't do anything else. I told you about Palantir at $8. I tell you about these things far, far in advance. So those that listen, those that pay attention, and those that attempt can have a chance at changing their life. This will be no different. And so I need you to pay attention, okay? We have this particular pattern forming, and it's going to lead to this move, okay? Now that move can take us here, that move can take us here. And so nevertheless, we got some big time action in store, okay? But however, you already know, you don't wanna get ahead of yourself. You wanna take it one level at a time. And so that's just what I wanna do for you guys in today's video. And so therefore, this is what I want you to be in position for, okay?
I'm not even sure what stock he's talking about, but my gut feeling is that it's got to be Tesla from looking at the chart.
I want us to be looking for that 400 level all the way to 460. That wouldn't surprise me, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and I want to show you what that would look like for each of you guys, okay? Now let's go ahead and dive into the charts, because I want you to see firsthand, matter of fact, what that looks like. And then Coach is going to give you guys a couple other plays to do the same thing with, because everything I teach you,
I don't even know how it makes sense. How are you going to 20x your money on Tesla? If you're going to 20x your money, then Tesla will be worth over $10 trillion. Also, you can't even purchase one share of Tesla for $50 because it's trading over $300.
you can go apply it somewhere else. Even if you don't try it on those things, I'm gonna show you, okay? So check this out. This is TSLL. Now, preferably, I want you to do this with Tesla, okay? You're gonna get the greatest gain, the greatest reward by doing it with Tesla. But for those of you that can't afford those high type of plays and you need something more affordable, I want you to consider TSLL for what I'm gonna teach you, okay? Now, you already know you need to get this when it's around $13 because it's gonna come to this $14/$15, okay? But you can do it from here too.
The problem with these leveraged ETFs is that they have significant drag in them, where over time they erode and lose almost all their value. They're pretty good trading vehicles. So if you want to jump in and you're expecting a large move, then you can hop in and hop out. It's almost like using the leverage of options, but instead of using calls or puts, you're going to use a leveraged ETF. But investing your money and holding this long term is for suckers. Let's look at the chart of TSLL. I can almost guarantee that it's lost value over time. All right, so here's TSLL. It looks like its opening price was around $27.50, and that was in the middle of 2022, and currently it's trading at less than $15. I guess you would have made money in late 2024 when Tesla was trading at about $470. Then this thing jumped up to about $40. Had Tesla been trading at $470 in 2022 or 2023, then this thing probably would have spiked up to around $80 or $100. But because of the drag, it dramatically underperformed. So I definitely wouldn't touch this ETF at all because I think that it's gambling.
Because this move from 13 should go to 20. Okay, so if you can get it when it's a red.
In order for this thing to move to 20, which means that it would increase by 33%, then Tesla would probably have to increase by about 20%. Now, even though it's a 2x ETF, because of the drag, the underlying stock actually has to move up more. So Tesla wouldn't have to move up 15 or 16% for this thing to move up 33%. Instead, Tesla would probably have to move up about 20% in order for this to move up just to $20, which is actually way below the $27 that was its initial price when it was first offered to the public in 2022.
That's when it's the best. Okay, so check this out. You're going to go to trade options. Watch this. Okay, you're going to go all the way. Look at this, July 18th. Okay, check this out. You are going to, you can choose anything between $15. Look at this right here. That's a 57 delta. Okay, this play is going to around 20, and at 20, okay,
I would be shocked if this thing goes to 20. Maybe it'll touch 20, but it's not going to stay there. These leveraged ETFs have a tendency to race down to zero as time passes.
It's a 35 delta right now, but you got time. Okay, but if you have $100, that's what this costs. Okay, if you have $143 or $127, okay, that is all this take. Now you can definitely get this for cheaper, okay, in the $50 range if you want to. All right, but I'm just trying to show you a money making play that is on the horizon, but you want to be in it. Okay, so if you can,
yeah, so buying call options on a leveraged ETF is one of the dumbest things that people could do.
You can't do nothing else, get the $20 straight. But I will prefer you get something like 15 or 16 because you're going to make the money even faster and more of it, because you only got to go to 1759 here or 1817 on this one. Okay, but if you can't afford Tesla and you need to hit this play and make some money, coach wants you to see this. Okay, you don't ever choose the first expiration date. You got to choose the third Friday of the month. Okay, and then this play, this is out the money. I don't do out the money, so I'm showing you the last out the money range. That's the $20 straight. Ideally, coach wants you to choose 15 or 13, because I know for sure you'll change your life. Okay, you're gonna change your life with any one you choose, as long as you listen and follow it.
Yeah, you're probably going to end up losing money on this. Plus, it doesn't even make sense because the title of his video, where he's claiming that you're going to 20x your money by investing $50 in this leveraged ETF.
And give yourself time. Time is the key in all of this, okay? So we can handle any jucking and jiving that the play might do, okay? So put that on your radar.
But what I think he doesn't understand is that, one, when you're buying options, time is not your friend. And then also, when you're using a leveraged ETF, due to the drag, time is definitely not your friend.
For me, guys, okay? That is what I want you guys to do. That's your $1 million play. That's your 100K play. That's the play that can make up all your losses. That's why I told you guys, I don't care about the losses. They are good experiences.
This is such degenerate and gambling advice that he's giving right now.
That some of you need to go through, okay? Because some people was trying to get rich quick. Some people was trying to cut corners. Some people was trying to not put in the necessary work. And then you had to get brought back to reality. And so these lessons are just to make you better. I want you to take every loss as a lesson, because your $1 million is tied in those losses. It's not the wins. Always remember that, okay? Now check this out, guys.
If I was bullish, which I'm not really that bullish on gold, to be honest, but let's say I was, then I can buy the 315, I can sell the 325, and then I'll need to pick up around $2.50 in order to finance this. I can sell the 263. I probably would not make this trade, to be honest. I just think it's too risky unless I actually wanted to own gold at 299, which I think is fine long term, but that was a trade that I would make if I was bullish on gold. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. You can also watch the video that's popping up on your screen right now because YouTube believes that you would enjoy it the most.
Visit beststockstrategy.com and submit your email address to receive valuable free training. Please give this podcast a positive rating and a review. If you have any questions, visit beststockstrategy.com and send me a message.